Hey guys, Lunar27 here, and welcome to my Let's Play of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy with the first Ace Attorney game. Last time we were given a fingerprint tool set, courtesy of Edgeworth, as we used this to be able to find fingerprints and match them to our list of supposed suspects on our court record. But we did find fingerprints. One of them was actually very important, the other one was Gumshoe's, but but the other one was actually Jake Marshall's handprint. The bloody handprint on one of the lockers that we found. This kind of got me thinking, what if Bruce Goodman wasn't really Bruce Goodman? It was Jake Marshall in disguise, getting something, don't know what, and attacked Meekins, and probably hid his bloodied outfit into one of those lockers, the one that was sticking with the white cloth. That was my theory at the time that I came up with at the end of the previous episode. But we did continue the second trial with Meekins taking the stand, and he testified that he did it, but no, we proved that he didn't do it. It turns out that the light on the locker was on and the door wasn't closed shut, ergo couldn't use the fingerprint mechanism to unlock the door. Also, that rubber glove that we found at the scene of the crime was keeping the door unlocked, which we were given security footage of what happened during that day, which for some reason was kept from us because it was given by Damon Gant to Meekins. Not even Edgeworth knew about it. We did prove that, hey, this isn't adding up. Phoenix proved that it was not Goodman, at least for now. Unfortunately, this was all part of Edgeworth's plan to prove that, hey, Goodman wasn't killed at the evidence room. He was killed at the underground parking lot by Lana Skye, since we did find his ID number there, and there was a whole lost item report card that wasn't filled out. This is what's bugging me. How the heck did the person who is supposedly Goodman get in with the ID card when we found it at the underground parking lot, when this is supposed to happen at the exact same time at two different locations, the supposed murder, you know? But we still have the ace up our sleeves, which was Marshall's fingerprints that we found at the evidence room, which we did call him up to the stand. So we're going to be continuing with our second trial, as we're going to possibly cross-examine Marshall and hear what he has to say. So let's get started. Right, so we're kind of a bit of intermission right now, so yeah. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. No, not really. I haven't figured anything out. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? That's true, Lana. Why don't you just tell us what's really going on? You confessed to this supposed murder, but then there was another murder that happened at the exact same time in a different location. You're hiding something, and you're keeping it from Emma, and you're keeping it from Phoenix. What exactly are you hiding? Is there some sort of conspiracy that's going on that's connected to SL-9? Like what Angel Star has said? Something is going on here, and I want to know what. Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection, but you accepted it. And frankly, he's just doing this for Emma because he doesn't want another sister to lose another sister. Not what happened to the Fays. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Aww. God damn it, Gumshoe. Really bad timing, dude.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, Bills.
Yeah, you are. Can you just give us a couple minutes, please?
Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later.
Yes, just go in the corner, please. Bye, Gumshoe. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Okay, fine. Come back.
You got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Wait, what? Sorry, Detective.
You better be, pal. Hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Skye. Oh, okay.
That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked?
You mean this, right?
What the heck is that? Those are a lot of files here. What? My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. Wait. What? What? Huh? My name?
Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL-9 incident files?
Those are the SL-9 incident files? Well, it's about goddamn time, because I still need to know what the hell is what happened during this SL-9 incident. Like, what the heck?
I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy.
The SL-9 incident? But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I brought them here. Well, thanks. I wish we could have gotten them sooner. Excuse me. Ugh. Here, you might do well to read them.
I can't believe you. The chief prosecutor were a witness in that case.
What? Lana was a witness? Miss Skye was a witness? SL-9 incident files. Files for the Joe Dark killings. I guess that must be the name of the serial killer. Solved 2 years ago today. 2 years ago. SL-9 incident files received from Lana Skye. Excuse me. Oh my god. I'm so sneezy today. Jesus.
Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with serial murders.
Thanks.
But what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me?
He's not ignoring you, Gumshoe. He's probably reading through the files. The trial's gonna continue in a couple minutes. Let him prepare. Emma? But why? Wait, what? What do you mean? Why is your name in here? Wait, what? Wait, can we check this out? Is it there? Ah, there it is. Okay, yeah. You know what? Let's check it out. Incident number SL-9 closed. Perpetrator Joe Dark, crime, serial murder. Sentence, death. So you did get the death penalty. I really hope they actually did catch the guy and it was not an innocent man. Victims, Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall. Wait, Marshall? Is he connected to Jake Marshall? This can't be a coincidence. But then again, two different people can have the same name and not be related in any way. But, Neil Marshall. Okay. Gonna keep that in mind here. Trial data. Head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Okay. Yeah, I think they mentioned that this was his, like, big case as a head prosecutor or something like that. Witnesses Lana Skye and Emma Skye. They were witnesses. To what? What happened? Investigation Task Force. Executive investigators Damon Gant. Ah, so he's involved in this too. Huh, okay. And Lana Skye is also involved. So I guess Damon Gant at the time was not the chief of police. But he was still an executive investigator, okay. Head investigator Bruce Goodman. Investigators Jake Marshall and Angel Star, okay. And this is what's bugging me. Why was Bruce Goodman still kept in as a detective, but Jake Marshall got demoted to patrolman and Angel Star got fired? Why? I don't get it. Like, there must have been really some big conspiracy going on over here. Yeah, okay. So what exactly happened? What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it can't be. Lana, this SL-9 incident, is what? What? That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. The Joe Dark killings, okay. The Joe Dark? No, Lana. Emma, are you okay? It's over with. No! Emma, wait! She ran away. What? Cause maybe one of us should go after her to see if she's okay, but... What happened?
You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere.
Gumshoe, I swear to God, if you don't go check up on Emma.
Sorry, pal. But I'm out of here.
Okay, bye. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Jesus Christ, everybody's connected except for Phoenix and Gumshoe, apparently. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Figure what out? Can you just fucking tell us what happened? Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. Okay, you're not gonna tell us. You're not gonna tell us. We just gotta figure everything out by ourselves. Seriously. Unless you're forced not to say anything. I better take a good look at this file. Well, thank God I looked it over. To be continued. Wait, but are we gonna continue the trial without Emma, though? Poor girl. I don't know what happened, but something very traumatizing must have happened to her if she was the witness. February 24th, 12:14 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 9. Oh, yeah, it's just me. Okay, I guess I'm doing this without Emma. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Emma didn't come back. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Hey, Jake. You're a cool cowboy, now I don't trust you. Witness, please state your name and occupation. You still drinking? Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man same as you, wandering in the trails of civilization. God damn you and your cool speech and your cool music theme, but I don't trust you. You're sus as hell. Ugh. Occasionally helping the elderly crossing intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Aw, that's actually good work. That's actually good work, Marshall. Helping the elderly cross. That's sweet.
Oh, I know. You're a patrolman.
Still drinking.
As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out.
God, stop being cool. Fucking hell. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Man, Edgeworth's still having a hard time getting your witnesses to say their names and occupations, huh? Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Oh, that was meant to be about Edgeworth. Oh, okay. Edgeworth is howling wind. Nice. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct?
According to the papers, partner.
What do you mean?
The desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
What?
Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony on the day of the crime. In plain old English.
I don't know why that's funny to me. Yeah, no more Western cowboy lingo, please. Alright, day of the crime. Yeah, where were you, Jake? My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They say I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Oh, so you just defied orders and just did whatever the hell you wanted. How are you not fired? Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Okay. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Dude! That's the judge! You don't... What? Why did you insult the judge? Like, what the fuck, dude? God damn! Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. Yeah, that's true. I reckon even a cowboy like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence room? On the evidence lockers? Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? What? He's not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Gladly. Alright. As always, press until we find something we can present. Hold it! How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. The room's so still, even times dies in there. I was just a caretaker who entered the records. Recordings, sorry. You entered them? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes ought to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase the tape, it feels like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, and it isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room? 3 times you're supposed to take Okay, then why didn't you? But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperado I know joins the police force. So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in that evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner, can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. Weeks? Yeah, sure. How does this guy avoid being fired? That's what I like to know, Phoenix. Like, how the hell are you able to keep your job? Heck, why wasn't Angel demoted and Marshall was fired? Like, what the heck? You used to be a detective, so you used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. Bing. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. I call bullshit. Everybody knows how a bike works. That's quite incredible. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe had something like that too. At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? Okay. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. I think he means restaurant. Not like a literal saloon, you know. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that Parlo's Vongole Sepia Paso. What the heck? Okay. Me in the future, can you please look up what Vongole Sepia Pasta is, what it looks like, and just put it on the screen? Thank you, future me. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? Yeah, he did. Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. Hey, we didn't say that they do. Although tacos are really good, not gonna lie. That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. No, it has not, Judge. That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "Did you not want a raise this year?" That's a good point. Why aren't you not saying that to him? You always say that to Gumshoe. Or to Meekins. Okay, everyone mans are out of ammo, so I'm gonna hit the trail. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, partner. Or as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you'd better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Okay, I think you mean Cowboys, not Texans, but, you know, Cowboy, Texas connection right there, I guess. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I'd better up the ante. Okay. Let's save for now. I feel like we're gonna have to present something here. Let's see. I just hope we don't do this too soon. Is it the fingerprints that we have to... Well, I mean, Mystery Star Saloon, the shadows was but that in my style. Okay, so we have to... It has to be here. Maybe we do have to present the fingerprints here. Let's see. Objection! Alright, I guess we do right. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. Uh-huh. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. There we go. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds, out about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. Ah, shit! Objection! Oh, you objected? What? I only wish it were, officer. Oh, right, because the bloody handprint. The blood handprint. Right. Phoenix, you got this. Bang. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Oh. Witness, what is the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene. The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? You're still trying to stay cool, It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints? Very well. You may begin your testimony about your fingerprints found at the scene of the crime. So we did have to present the fingerprints. Okay. I thought there was something else we had to present. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. I call bullshit. Wait, hang on, just to check the court record. Where was this handprint on? Found left in the evidence footprints have been wiped. Oh, okay. Wasn't that on the place where that cloth was sticking out from that locker? The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. I call bullshit. The blood stain and the fingerprints are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know? Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. The witness's explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt. Yeah, there's. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Gladly. This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. Bloodstain fingerprints. Only natural. That's because you, how did you put it? Pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happened to be mine. That locker happened to be yours. And that locker had a cloth sticking out of it. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. And there was a cloth sticking out, and if I recall from the security tape, there wasn't a cloth before until Meekins got knocked out. Yeah, we totally got your ass. All that's left in there now is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't on all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without even knowing it. Without ever knowing it. Found on a bloody handprint on Marshall's own locker. The print has been wiped. Updated. So then, what about the bloody handprint? Wasn't mine. It's no mystery. Please explain. My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened. Murder touched him and Mimi. Yeah, right. Bang. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? Completely unrelated. Unrelated? They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. Okay. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder. He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different. They just sound the same. I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. You're just trying to be cool, Phoenix. How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a blood stain at the scene, though to the left by the murderer. That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. Yeah, why was that handprint there? However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's hand. Fingerprints. That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? This seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape. The security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? I think this was new. This was new! This is new! Okay, let's press this one. What do you mean by that? You want to tie me into this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. What? Bang! But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. Yeah, that's the problem with the security. Why back and forth? Get multiple security cameras at different angles. This is what... Jesus Christ, these fucking cops. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape.
Objection!
Bang. We don't have time for speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. Thanks for your support, Edgy. Now then, let's have another look at that video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall. Okay, we're gonna fast forward. Oh, this fucking music. Okay, everything's normal. There's Goodman. There's the lockers. He's opening something. The locker's already open at the time. There's Meekins comes in, slash. He tries to grab onto him. He's got blood on his... And he lunges in, probably punches him. Okay, everything's normal. Everything's normal. Meekins on the ground. There's no Goodman. And the door is still open. And then... right here. This has got to be it. This has got to be it. If this is Jake Marshall's locker, and we saw the handprint, there was a claw sticking out. There was never a claw sticking out before this incident happened. Ergo, this is your proof. Let me just make sure I point it just right. Right there. Oh, oops. Oh, right, X-Men. Sorry. Right there. Bang. Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you might have to say in 8 words or less? Fuck you! Very well. Bang. You can clearly be seen in this video. That's 8 words. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. That locker with the... Oh, sorry, this is Judge. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Can we like rewind quicker? Okay, we gotta wait a little longer. There's Blue Badger. There's Meekins unconscious. There we go. Oh, the white cloth. It's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Bang. Officer Marshall, you're in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. What do you got to say about that? Order, order! If only we... Oh. God damn it, why do you keep interrupting me when I'm trying to speak the dialogue? Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Blech. Sorry, hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. Yes, it does. Because fingerprint mechanism. Edgy, you got anything to say? No? Okay. The murderer needed to hide something. So he opened the locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. You're a fucking idiot, Marshall. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. Oh wait, he genuinely doesn't know about the mechanisms? I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I'll call your bluff. You say I opened that locker? Now prove it. Gladly. Evidence locker. Only the assigned detective's prints can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. Take that. A fingerprint sensor? Yeah, you didn't know about this, apparently. How did you not know? You're an idiot. Marshall, you're an idiot. You got a cool theme, but you're an idiot. We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
So he didn't know about it. He generally didn't know about it. Gumshoe was right. Huh. Bang. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? What are you chewing? What is that? Is that jerky? Can I have some jerky? No! I got distracted again. Ah, shit. Sorry. I got distracted by chewing stuff. They keep doing this so fast. I hate this. God damn it. I hope that wasn't major dialogue. Order. Witness, explain yourself. I do not want to, by the way, reload again and just go through all this over again. Fuck it. I ain't doing that. If this is a joke, it's the worst joke I've ever heard. I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Ole, please answer the question. Why did you say Ole? Come on, Judge. What is he now, a bullfighter? That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. Okay. There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. That's true. If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right. The only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Okay. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? Okay, if this is so Meekins was the supposed quote-unquote killer, and the victim was Goodman, ergo... he had to be here? I don't know. Bing. Officer Marshall was standing right here. There. But that's... Oh, okay, we were right. That's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. This is just like, hey, wait a minute. How could Red White be standing there? Because that is where the killer was. That's exactly what this is. Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Bing. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you dressed up like Detective Goodman.
Objection!
Oh, what now? Bang. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. But he didn't see his face, though. Once he saw the man's face, he knew for sure. He only knew because of the outfit.
Objection!
Objection! May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman? He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his cards, sir. Yes? And how did Detective Goodman respond?
He suddenly pulled a knife on me!
Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on the ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? He's chewing on his jerky again, or whatever that is. You've got quite an imagination, partner. We've got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it? You gotta have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Hey, quit it. It was funny the first time, but the second time, no. Stop it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence providing beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. Shit. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. Shut up. Heck! This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? What is it, Edgy? It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. What? I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. Edgeworth, why are you helping me? Are you doing this because you genuinely care, or you're just doing this because to prove that Lana did it? The basics. For me, that would have to be what Mia used to tell me. Aw, Mia. Phoenix, try thinking outside of the box. Aw, Mia.
I still miss you, Mia.
I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think the locker was opened in the first place? What do you mean? There's no room for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance that it might be discovered later, as it had been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman and at the time of the crime. Yeah. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. Very well. Let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open this locker. Okay. I paused. Fast forward quick. Okay. Get it one more time. There's Marshall as Goodman. Opens the door. Takes a look. Meekins. Okay. Oh, hand slashed. Got cut. Tried to grab onto him. Pulled him away. Oh! Wait. I think I might have. I just need to double check. Wait. Press play. I might get it. I just need to be absolutely sure. And then left. And then the door was open. Okay. I'm gonna try it again. Okay. I think I got it. I was like, wait a minute, there's blood on his hand. Oh, I need to pause it. Oh. Shit. Okay. Rewind. Aha! This is why he had a white cloth. The white cloth was this disguise because there was blood on it. Meekins' blood. And he didn't want to get caught in it, ergo he put it in the evidence locker room, which they wouldn't be able to open it because Marshall was the only one that could open it because of the thumb fingerprint mechanism, which he didn't know about it, but he hid it in there. So this is it. Here we go. Just make sure. There we go. Bing. For some reason, you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman and enter the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloodied white coat? You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. You're admitting it? Are you admitting it? Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. What did he do? 2 years ago. If you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now would we? Bang! Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. Okay, but like, what are you blaming Edgeworth for? What did he do? Alright. Seems the time has come. Marshall's confession. Alright, spill it. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. What evidence? I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. But you slashed at him with a knife. But did you intend to kill him? What if you kill him? Like, what the fuck, dude? I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. But what evidence were you trying to get? So the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. I thought you cut his hand. My guess is he's the donor. Okay. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the... That's a lot of blood. Oh, this is... Okay. I still think you're hiding something. I know we're getting closer. When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? The SL-9 incident. 2 years ago has passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I had anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time, no matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. But why? But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? That day was my last chance. That's why I stole the detective's ID and dressed up like him. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing the evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera. And the detective's ID card? Well, I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out the lost item report. I returned his ID. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor office's parking lot. What? You were there? The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprint-activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. But he could because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened that locker before Officer Marshall. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins to knock them out. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no longer than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID card. I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. Okay, you gotta cut him some slack at least. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? That's what I'd like to know. Why is it that the prosecutors determine the officer's salary and pay? Like, that's surreal. Why isn't it the chief of police or their boss? Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way, with me knocking him out and everything. Well, you better apologize to Meekins personally for that, and make it a genuine apology. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? You mean the same knife you've been using to trim your beard, your facial hair? I don't know what to say. So you knocked Officer Meekins out and managed to escape. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room and when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is on that day. There wasn't a murder in the evidence room. Bang. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What, are you blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't. You didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. Wait, what? It was gone? So Goodman took it? What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is the evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. What is this evidence that's missing? Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Bang. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Far away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer? This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid option. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything to take it. I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I can't just forget the SL-9 incident. You know why? Let's hear it. But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dalk was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure, he deserves his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I didn't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think is the real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I'd better take another look at the files. Wait. Oh shoot, I think I know. I think I know what it is. Just a reminder for everyone who's watching. One of the victims was Neil Marshall. Marshall, same last name as Jake's. So, he's connected. He must be related to one of the victims.
Objection!
Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL-9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL-9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall, are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard that name. 2 years ago. Oh! The other detective! He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. So Neil Marshall was a prosecutor. He got murdered. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL-9 case before I did. That's why he wasn't listed as head prosecutor of the case. It was supposed to be him, but then it was Edgeworth that took over because he got killed. Oh, okay. That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? Must be brother, cousin, husband? Nah. I don't think the games would go that far, honestly, but maybe a brother or something. He was my brother. Oh, I was right, he was his brother. Aww. Wait, that's why you wanted to get that case. Probably to, I don't know, maybe it was something to help his brother avenge him or something. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the then Deputy Chief of Police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under him. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. And that's Joe Dark. Okay, so he was legit the serial killer, but they had to fabricate the evidence to make sure that he did it. That's conflicting. That is pretty conflicting, not gonna lie. My brother fought Dark and was killed. Oh damn, I'm sorry. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. Oh, that's pretty sad. Wait, so all the other killings he did, there was no evidence left behind. This was the only time. But you caught the guy. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least, according to the public records. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. Wait, what? He was killed by someone else? I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it. That's your reason for your insane actions. There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. So he was trying to prove that's why he was investigating SL-9. Because it wasn't the serial killer that killed his brother, it was someone else. And probably when he got close to the truth, him and Angel, they got demoted/fired. As a warning. Oh shit. Oh shit, okay. There's a lot more to this than really meets the eye. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL-9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. I kind of feel bad! Damn, I feel bad for Jake! Shit! I didn't trust him at first, but it's like... I feel bad for him. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. But there was a murder that happened at the parking lot. Shit. The things that happened by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's gotta be more than that. So, if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office's parking lot is the real one. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. Objection! But wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial.
No, I object to your objection.
Bang. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved. No doubt about it. Bang. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. Ah, shit! The testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Oh, fuck you, Edgeworth. Oh, I rest my case. Shit! 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 Wait, is this it? It seems the trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. Oh, shit. There's no doubt that I approve today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. Aw, man. Now then, the time of the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. No! Hold it! Who said that? Emma? Your Honor, wait! Well, I mean, good timing, Emma. Good timing, I guess. Emma! The defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian? No. Your Honor? Oh, in a sense. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Okay, what are you trying to say? Mr. Edgeworth, please? I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Oh, very generous of you, Edgy. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL-9 incident referred to the Joe Dart killings? Now that she mentions it, the names of both Skye sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So, I ran over there and looked at it again. Oh shoot, Emma, you got some crucial evidence? Dude, nice, Emma. So did you find anything? No. Oh, no. Huh? Sorry. I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Oh, Emma. Hey, at least you tried. Is that all? Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Yeah. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use, but still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If ever I needed to concentrate, it's now. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? Is there anything in our court record? Nothing on our court record. I can't even... Save. This is very crucial. Save. Actually, save here. I object.
Objection!
Bang. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at the floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. What is missing? I don't understand. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Maybe there's something in the security tape. I need to double check. Wait! Wait! Okay, wait. Go back. Gumshoe's locker was behind the blue badger! And that blue badger had that fucking handprint! The blue badger was the one that's missing. It's gotta be it! I hope I'm right. Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? Please be right. Please be fucking right. It's the blue badger. The goddamn blue badger that had that goddamn handprint on his hand. This one. Oh. Damn it. Press A again. Sorry, I meant this one. There, take that. Please tell me I got it. What about that piece of plywood? I got it right. Yes! The fucking blue badger with the goddamn handprint that's been bugging me ever since I saw it. It's finally coming to fruition. Yes! Ugh. Okay, sorry. Let's continue. The blue badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The blue badger is not here. So watch what happens when you put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Right there, behind Gumshoe's locker. Well? Well, what? You got it. That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. What? Oh, damn, did you get a heart attack or something? Like, dude, look like you got shot in the heart.
Shot through the heart and you're to blame.
So that means, just exactly what does this mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me, I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? Uh-huh. After that, he put it down. It would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in. Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room. Bang. Blood was spilled not once, but twice. How? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Yeah, Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. That looked like a lot of blood. That didn't look trivial to me, honestly. Then the problem is the other time. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Bing. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. Oh shit, yeah! That's ridiculous! I refuse to accept your absurd claim. Objection. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on that locker. On the locker. Objection again? Okay, bang. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? To summarize the defense claim that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well. Then tell us, when did this first incident occur, as Mr. Edgeworth said? Proof must be presented. Okay, when did the first incident? Proof that shows when the murder took place. When it took place, okay. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defendants please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place? Was it the timestamp? No. The ID card record? Let me just double check. Was it this? Wait, let's check, maybe it was this. Okay, this must be it. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh, the ID card record. Yeah. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Edgeworth was on 4:40 though.
Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done?
Whoa, wait. I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. No, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminal testing fluid, luminal test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer, the real killer of Goodman. I would have to have just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry the body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. 7777777. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 sevens. 7 sevens. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. Bang. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7777777. I hope that was 7 sevens. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 7777777. That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least, at present. What? Explain yourself, son. Wow, from Mr. Prosecutor to son. The ID number 777777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. Objection! Bang. But that's ridiculous! Just how... I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. With an official charge filed against an executive if an official charge filed against an executive is accepted, an official charge. You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. Objection. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? No, not you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Oh, Lana. Your own little executive. Lana? Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up her ID number, and it's not 7 sevens. I'm just gonna call it 7 sevens from now on. I'm not gonna say 7 sevens every now and then. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. About the death of his brother. The SL-9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? What do you say to that, Lana? Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him just fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did.
Lana.
I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. What do you mean?
Defendants? Just what are you saying?
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't.
I don't have to, Officer Marshall. When you... Huh? What? Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. So you did fabricate the evidence to catch him? We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. So you did fabricate false evidence to get him the death penalty, even though he actually technically did it, but he kept getting away with it because there was no concrete evidence, so you fabricated concrete evidence. So you admitted to forging evidence. You're admitting that now. This is not looking good.
But Lana!
Even if it involved forging evidence. Oh shit. You admitted it. You admitted it. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Oh shit, the crowd's going wild.
Order! 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 Order!
Uh-oh. Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. To be continued.
Holy shit! Oh, I was not expecting that. Okay, yeah, we're gonna save. So, confirmed that Lana did forge evidence to catch Joe Dark, the murder of the SL-9 incident. And that's why Jake Marshall and that's why Angel Star hates prosecutors. Even though Edgeworth was the kind of prosecutor that would not forge evidence or like make up false evidence to catch a guy. But apparently she did it to catch the killer. But I mean, like, honestly, this would have been hella more controversial if this was a guy that did not do it. If it was like an innocent person that was given the death sentence, because that would have been even worse. But yeah, this is not gonna help with the public's view of prosecutors now, especially with what Lana did now that she straight up confessed. And we got to learn a little bit more about SL-9, and one of the victims was actually Jake Marshall's brother. I didn't trust Jake at first, but now knowing about what he did and why, it's just, I feel bad for him. But like, we now know that there is an unknown person with 7 sevens on his ID card that could have been the actual killer. But the only one I could possibly think of with a high-ranking card like that would have to be Damon Gant. But is he... I mean, it's not the first time we've managed to catch a corrupt official to be the true murderer, so maybe it's him. I mean, it's the only logical explanation because we haven't introduced to any of the new characters that could have done it. And I'm pretty sure Lana didn't do it, but she was seen stabbing Goodman. I don't... Wow. Well, anyway, we've unraveled a mystery, and now we've gotten more questions than answers. And it's not looking good for either lawyers, but we'll see what happens in the next episode. So until then, I'm Respond 27, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.